Hello again, everybody. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over how to install and set up one of these real simple tire pressure monitor systems. This is a real cheap one. Nobody sent this to me. I bought this with my own money. One of these systems right here, you can slap on there. Very simple. I'm going to show you how simple this is to put on. Also, later in the video, we're going to do some testing between this and the system on that Equinox and see how they compare on how accurate they are. Actually, this has something the Equinox doesn't have. And I don't know how accurate that is, but it has a temperature monitor. It will monitor the tire temperature, which this car doesn't even have anything in there to tell you what the temperature is. So before you start on your drive, you're going to know what the temperature is. So that might come in handy. But anyway, okay. So let's get into this and let's stick this on the Buick and let's just see how it works. Okay, so first off, we have the unit itself. This unit right here is your tire pressure monitoring unit. This is a receiver. It has a solar panel on this side. Now, one thing with it, this solar panel, the angle of that solar panel, that's supposed to stick to your windshield. Okay, if I stick it to the windshield on the Buick, this tire pressure sensor is going to be sitting like that. I'm not going to be able to see it. It's going to reduce my visibility to see it. So I don't know why they have it to where it doesn't turn any more than that. If you order something like this, I would recommend looking at them and seeing if they have more of a tilt than that, because yeah, I don't think that's going to be good. So I'm going to sit this pretty much on the dash. I may wedge it up into the window, or I'll find somewhere in there. That's one good thing about this. It doesn't have to be permanently mounted. You don't have to mount this in there. Just sit it somewhere you can see it and you're good. That's it. Okay, so let's turn it on. Okay, so if y'all can see that angle of it or whatever, frame rate of the camera might be messing with it too, but you can see you've got different sets of numbers. You've got the numbers in the middle and the numbers on the sides. The ones on the sides are actually temperature. The ones in the middle are your pressures for each individual tire, with a little graphic in the middle that shows you a car and all the different tires. And when you do get a warning on it of, okay, you have a low tire, it has a little alarm and it will flash the one. They're all flashing now because they're all zeros. When I got this, it was set to Celsius and it was set to bar. And I want it to be in PSI and I want it to be in Fahrenheit. So the way you do that is very simply, you go up here, you have the 3 buttons on top. I think most of them that I've seen have the 3 buttons on top. It's probably about the same. Okay, you hold this button in and it changes from, hold it in for 8 seconds, it says. Okay, when it beeps, you may be able to see that it changed to bar. Don't know if you can see it. Changed to bar and it changed to Celsius. So now the temperature is in Celsius and the pressure is in bar. Let me change it back. Okay, there it's back. Okay, so setting it up is fairly simple. You just have, and it's got directions, not very good directions, but it has directions showing you how to do it. Okay, so in the box also, you get your sensors. You get a little cord, so it's not only solar powered, but it also has a USB plug on the side of it. So you can charge it with a USB plug. It comes with the little sensors that go on the tire. These are the little, they're marked individually where they go. The front right, for example. And you have a wrench with some nuts. Okay, so let me show you what. I have a valve stem that is separate from the tire just to show you. Okay, now what it says in the directions is, and I think it calls this anti-theft. I don't think anybody's going to be trying to steal some random TPS sensors that they don't even know what kind of system you have. So I don't think they're going to be trying to steal your TPMS sensor. But anyway, I think it is more to keep them from vibrating loose, because these have a nut that you put on first. You put onto the valve stem first, like that. Then you will take your valve cap and you will twist it on, and twist it on tight enough that it's not leaking air. Because what this is doing, it is depressing the valve stem. It has a little thing sticking out in there that where it depresses the valve stem and allows air pressure to come into this unit. That's how it checks your pressure. But after you get it tightened down like that, then you want to take your little nut. And you want to back that with it like that, and then take your wrench and tighten the nut against the valve cap. That way you cannot take this off, but more importantly, I think it can't back off, and back off just enough to still be depressing that little valve and let all your air out. So, I mean, I guess I didn't tighten it up tight enough, but okay, so that is the install process. I'm going to actually show you on the car, but I figured it was easier to show you with a valve stem that was not in the tire. You know, kind of looking at them, these are a little bit tacky. You know, I don't really think we care about tacky on this car. It's fine. I'm going to put the rest of these on the car, and then we're going to test out the system. All right, so now we are inside the car, and turn this thing on. It's not registering anything yet. I think either it takes a few minutes, or I may have another idea of how to get them to register. Okay, so I discovered a way to do it. If you can see the display. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen this up, and okay, I'm going to loosen it up. Okay, you can hear it started beeping there. Still showing 0, but that tells me that there was a change. I think what it needs is it needs to have, yeah, there we go. I think that's what it is. It needs to have a pressure change in order to, okay, shut up. It needs to have a pressure change in order to recognize the sensor. So I've heard a lot of people say that what you have to do is you have to take the car for a drive around for a little while, and it will recognize them. I think what it's doing is it's changing the pressure, maybe even as simple as hitting a bump and changing the pressure by a ½ degree or something. But you can simply come around, and you can still loosen these by doing that. But okay, I heard the air come out, and then I'm going to tighten it back up. Okay, let me take it completely off. Okay, it just beeped. Put it back on. And there it is. It takes it a second. I guess it just updates every little bit. But it takes it a second, and it will update it. Okay, so let's do the last one. Just loosen it up, take it off for a second. Okay. Put it back on. And give it just a second. There it is. Okay, so all of our tires are at exactly 35 psi. Okay, so now I don't know if that's going to be a permanent spot or not, but it just kind of pressure fits up into the seal here. And it's not in my line of sight anywhere I can see very very well without having to worry about it. Now, I'll try it there, and if I like it, then I'll peel the sticky stuff off. But for right now, I'm going to leave it there. But, okay, we have to do some testing. Now, we can see that, yeah, it does work, and you can mount it wherever you want. If you wanted to mount it down here somewhere, maybe even use some kind of tape on that and just stick it anywhere you wanted, and then just run power to your USB. You don't have to use a solar panel. It has different ways of charging, so you don't have to worry about that. I could even just sit it on the dash or whatever. But okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take all of our pressure sensors off of our tires, and we're going to put them on the Equinox and see how this system compares to a factory system. Okay, so all I'm doing on the Equinox, taking the valve cover off, and I'm just putting our valve covers on. Now, these are actually TPMS sensors inside here. So you've got two pressure sensors on this vehicle now. So let's get in and see what it's saying. Okay, so we have our, and I see one of my tires is a little bit low, so it's not low enough to trigger an alarm, but it is a little low. Okay, so I'm going to push the menu button over here, and that will put our tire pressures up here. Okay, so we got 32, 34, that one says 32 and 32. Within a couple PSI is not bad. Now, this one is 28, and it's right on the money. And then 34, and this one is at 35. So, yeah, they're not right down to the PSI, but they are accurate enough, and I don't know how accurate this is either, so. But they are accurate enough to tell you when you have a low tire. Now, I do know that I need to pump up that right front tire because it is at 28 PSI. I don't know how accurate these temperature sensors are in this. They show all different temperatures, but I've had them in my hands and everything else, so I'll have to give it time to settle. It says that the temperature outside right now is 37. So, according to that, only one of these is right. But that's fine. Just like I said, they came out of the box, and the box was in the house, so it was probably about 70 degrees in the house. So, the sensors are probably cooling down to that temperature. So yeah, I think this may be a pretty decent system for telling your tire pressures. Now, I'll let you know if it falls apart or anything like that. If it doesn't work right, I'll let you know. But so far, I like it. I guess that's going to be about it for my little TPMS video, Universal TPMS video, or whatever you want to call it. Pretty soon we're getting back on the tracker, and we are going to be putting a rooftop tent on it. I already have some of the supplies. I got to get a little bit more, and we're going to be working on that. I think it's going to be pretty neat. But anyway, I guess that's going to be about it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.